This boy was surrounded by zombies while trying to save his girlfriend. Just as he was about to climb into the rescue vehicle, he was kicked off. The one who kicked him off was his girlfriend. The boy who fell to the ground begged his girlfriend not to leave him behind. But all he received was a cold-hearted abandonment. Watching the zombies close in step by step, the boy's memories flooded his mind like a movie reel. It was during the early days of the zombie outbreak. Back then as a child he took a small knife to protect his brother and girlfriend. Just as they were about to be eaten, a golden armored crusader saved them. From then on, the boy dreamed of becoming a crusader. That way he could protect his brother and girlfriend forever. But fate played a cruel trick on him. At the Crusader Academy he failed to awaken his class for 6 consecutive times. Was declared a useless person with no class. Meanwhile his brother awakened early as AC class Wind Mage. Was considered a genius among geniuses. His girlfriend also awakened to be a D-class therapist. He was the only one who was a useless failure. As the memories ended, the boy blamed himself for his incompetence. He couldn't accept being eaten like this. If given another chance, he was sure he could change his fate. Seemed that the boy's unwillingness moved the heavens. A powerful energy shot down from the sky. In an instant all the zombies turned to ashes. The boy's right hand also gained a new equipment. A system frame appeared before his eyes. The class change system activated. Current class, Warrior. Then countless energy balls emerged from the zombies surged into his right arm. Before he could process what was happening, the screen flashed again, warning a large group of zombies is approaching. At the same time a zombie lunged at him. The boy thought he wouldn't dodge in time. With a loud thud he was launched into the air. He slid for dozens of meters due to inertia. It seemed he wasn't used to his awakened body. Before he could regain his balance, the zombie lunged again. The system prompt asked if he should fight or dodge. Although he wanted to dodge, he looked at his brother lying on the ground. If he ran, his brother would be attacked. It seemed like he had no choice but to force himself. He clenched his fists. With a powerful punch he struck the zombie's body with all his might. The immense energy shattered the zombie into pieces. Staring at his fist still smoking with heat, he couldn't believe this was his own power. Then 2 crystals flew out from the zombie's charred body. They merged into his arm. The status bar appeared. Energy reached 100% upgrade successful mana. His overall stats also went from 1 to 2. He looked at the status bar seemingly understanding. As long as he defeats SS zombies he can gain experience. This way he would keep getting stronger. He then turned to look at the approaching zombie horde. Without a word he charged forward, punching one after another. Countless crystals surged into his arm. His experience shot up wildly. Now he only needed to stand in place and throw a light punch. He could clear out a whole row of zombies. After the battle, he picked up his infected brother. He hid under an abandoned building to recover his strength. Just as he thought they were safe, a huge mutant creature emerged from the ground. This Kunkin was holding a concert for the zombies. With its chicken too beautiful singing voice, it made the zombies who were once fans want to play basketball. But little did they know there were true fans on the roof. They were planning to ruin the concert. They leapt down. Armed with watermelon knives they struck Kunkin on the head. "What are you doing?" Watching as the chicken brother's head fell to the ground, the little black fans were devastated. With anger burning in their hearts they charged at the true fans. But how could they be a match for the true fans who were armed? The well-equipped true fans easily crushed them like stepping on ants. They were wiped out underfoot. Fresh blood spilled and stained the floor red. As the true fans celebrated their victory, celebrating that Kunkin now belonged to them, the boy who could collect zombie experience noticed something was wrong. His companions thought he was scared seeing so many zombies for the first time. But sure enough, a strand of scarlet hair rose into the air. Before they could react, the girl's chest was pierced by the rampaging Kunkin's hand. She was then thrown to the ground and tragically died. The hot-headed four-eyed guide charged forward to avenge the girl. The next second, his head was severed from his body. Captain Liu Yang also charged at Kunkin, but even with his true sight ability activating his full potential, he couldn't harm Kunkin in the slightest. Kunkin simply swung his arm lightly, and severed all his limbs. Just as Kunkin was about to finish him off, the armored man fully equipped in armor blocked the strike with all his strength. But Kunkin had 2 hands. With one hand he pierced through his stomach. A mist of blood instantly erupted. The boy watched as his teammates were all wiped out. His mind went blank. At that moment, the system notified him that his energy bar was full. Next, should he escape with his brother? Or seek revenge for his teammates? Facing his cruel ex-girlfriend who abandoned him and harmed his brother. The cold light in the boy's eyes made the girl shiver in fear. The muscle man behind her tried to step in for her, but the punch he threw with all his might was easily caught. With a snap his wrist was twisted and the pain made him kneel on the spot. He complained that the boy got lucky and grew stronger, but he didn't realize that the boy had gone through Terrifying experiences beyond their imagination. Facing the powerful mutated zombie, the boy resolutely stood in front of Captain Lu. You're right. If I can't protect the people who matter most, what's the point of surviving? A powerful blue energy surrounded his body. On his wrist and chest, highly futuristic battle armor began to appear. The system notified that the builder class had successfully transferred. The boy raised his warhammer and struck the steel spike in his hand. He swore to craft a powerful weapon capable of slaying mutants. In the sparks of metal striking metal, mutated zombie's arm transformed into a massive gaping mouth. It launched the most ferocious attack. The distance between them grew smaller. Captain Lu's bloodshot eyes widened in shock. He saw the boy's armor and warhammer disappear. In their place was a glowing two-handed sword. At that moment the system went wild with alarms. It warned that the boy's attributes were too low. It could cause a system crash and the host's death. But he didn't hesitate. He raised the great sword and used all his strength to strike the mutated zombie's core. The powerful slash not only split the giant in two. The slash spread to the massive body. Even the wings were severed. Captain Lu's face was filled with disbelief. Not only did he slay the powerful mutant, but he also possessed multiple abilities. This kid is a monster. A crimson crystal flew into the boy's wrist. The immense energy filled the experience bar. It leveled him up again. But the boy was too exhausted to check the system's notifications. Completely drained, he finally collapsed. When he woke up again, he found himself in a hospital. Captain Lu was sitting by the bed. "Where's my brother?" Captain Lu said the situation was not optimistic. He had used the best medical resources, but could only delay the zombification. To fully cure the mutation, he must become a higher-level crusader. Captain Lu also managed to get the boy a spot for the crusader test. He also reminded him not to reveal his strength. That being said, the muscle man took the initiative to cause trouble. But the boy didn't hold back. He would settle all the scores from the past. He was going to make them all pay. The boy who had not awakened to class was heartlessly abandoned by his girlfriend, thrown into a zombie horde. When they met again, his girlfriend was shocked to discover he had become a powerful S-class awakened. She then changed her attitude completely, saying she was really worried about him, and that she wanted to get back together with sweet talk. The boy only sneered at her words. Since the moment his girlfriend abandoned him and his brother, he had seen through the true nature of this woman. She used to be the one who would come to him at the snap of a finger. Now she dared to speak to him like this. The girlfriend's face darkened, her nails bled as she bit them. She swore to get her revenge. On the other side, the boy had already started the physical test. Untrained he was, firmly left behind by all the geniuses. Just as he was doubting himself, a blonde girl with twin ponytails came running up. He realized he wasn't alone after all. But to his surprise, she immediately widened her eyes. She said with a look of disgust, "I've already completed the second lap. With your small frame you might as well give up." The boy thought of his unconscious brother. He then steeled his resolve. He charged forward with determination. This made the blonde girl look at him in a new light. After the test ended, she bought him a beautiful girl brand iced cola. Then with interest she approached the boy and asked, "What's your name? Why come to take the test when you're so weak?" The boy replied that his name was Ling Wen. He had a reason he couldn't avoid taking the test, and he would definitely succeed. Her response was a soft laugh. "What era are we in, still drinking this kind of traditional soup?" But with a playful expression she told him, "My name is Yun Kaer." The boy had already heard of this name. Turns out she is the strongest candidate this year. The examiner quickly announced the details of the second round of the test. The task was to kill the zombies within a limited time. As soon as he finished speaking, several massive mutant zombies appeared behind him. Their size was comparable to the Kunkin that instantly killed Captain Lu earlier. The other candidates were stunned. "Simple, my foot. Is this the kind of enemy we can even fight?" The boy looked at Captain Lu in confusion. Captain Lu could only give him an apologetic look. There's nothing to be done after all. The examiner this time is the eccentric Li Yuding. An A+ class crusader with high standards. It's understandable. Considering most of us are newbies, Li Yuding decided to offer some help. With a snap of his fingers, a device that looked like a watch appeared. He snapped his fingers. It looked like a watch, but when worn it wrapped the user like liquid. It forms a special battle armor. Soon the track looked like a comic convention. Various strange outfits appeared. The battle armor would provide different enhancement values based on the user's ability strength. The boy's data was 3%. The boy's data was 3%. Yun Kaer however had 50%. Impressive, huh, fool? Impressive, right? Now you know how amazing I am. The blonde girl turned proudly, giving a thumbs up. The boy looked at her with a deadpan expression. But her strength was indeed impressive. With one punch she sent a large number of ordinary zombies flying. With the armor's prompt she gained a powerful weapon. A massive axe with great force. Taking care of the zombies was easier than chopping melons. Soon the other candidates' battle armor also reacted. Flying cannon, Thor's hammer, everyone began slaying monsters with their flashy weapons. The boy was curious too. What would his battle armor be? A flash of light passed. The boy was wearing the weakest armor, and holding the weakest small dagger. It seemed like he hadn't made any attacks, but the zombies in the air had already been decapitated. The examiner who had just mocked him instantly changed his expression. His movements are so fast even I can't see them. Captain Liu Yang smiled faintly. Only he knew exactly what had just happened. Before the exam, Captain Liu repeatedly reminded the boy not to casually use the system's power, otherwise he might be taken for research. So how could he pass the exam? Suddenly Captain Liu grabbed the boy by the hair. With a swift head flick he sent him flying several meters. The boy held his head and sat up confused about what was happening. Captain Liu told him he needed to learn to switch the system on and off instantly. Only when the boy could dodge the head flick at close range would his speed be able to fool the examiner's eyes. After relentless training, the boy could now activate the system in an instant at the moment of an enemy's strike. With a smooth flowing motion, no one could detect the flaw in his moves. Having completed the kill, he was counting his results. Suddenly he received a system alert. Zombies were about to launch an attack. The next second a red light shattered his battle armor. As he climbed out of the rubble he was shocked to find the one attacking him was a high-level mutant with black flames. Meanwhile Captain Liu immediately confronted the examiner. Why send such monsters to test the new candidates? Aren't you worried about casualties? Li Yuding, sipping his coffee, casually replied. The candidates are only facing counterfeit monsters. They're nothing compared to real terrifying mutants. Only those who can defeat these strong enemies. Only those who can defeat these strong enemies. Captain Liu was puzzled as to why the exam standards were so strict this year. Li Yuding however stopped smiling. He told him that recently there had been a large number of mutant zombies appearing. Behind this there was likely a new zombie king. More sweat before the battle, less blood during the battle. In order to survive, he had to raise the standards for recruitment. However, facing these terrifying beings, some candidates had already started to reconsider. The boy was also in great distress. To show his real strength, he would have to risk exposing the system. But hiding his strength would lead to elimination. He was distracted. While he was in turmoil, a high-level mutant swung its claws and slammed down from the air. Fortunately the blonde girl stepped in to help. Her axe sent the creature flying. She then appeared in front of the boy, her face full of pride. So how are you going to thank me for my great kindness? Her heroic and proud demeanor boosted the morale of the others. Everyone followed her and began counter-attacking the mutants. The boy noticed that the mutant's body on the ground was still twitching. Wasn't this a great opportunity to grab the loot? Unexpectedly the blonde girl turned back. After finishing she even winked at the boy. No need to thank me. I've saved you again. Don't thank me. You could have left me one though. Suddenly the boy shouted, watch out behind you. The blonde girl didn't react in time.